Welcome back to the patio for our yoga class this evening. The weather is beautiful. Might hear my neighbor's dog. He's out on a walk right now. He sometimes likes to say hello. So we have probably another minute and a half before we get going with class. So you can take this time to grab a water, turn on some tunes, whatever it is you need to do today. And maybe that's just getting down on the mat and quieting the mind a little bit. Starting to come into the space. So it looks like there's something I need to clear on the screen. Let's see. There we are. Probably another 30 seconds or so. So if you haven't already, we'll start journeying down onto the mat. And start to find a nice, comfortable seated spot. So as you start to find that comfortable seat, take a second here and kind of get yourself settled in. Getting out those wiggles, the energy of the day. And letting yourself come onto the mat. Finding a comfortable seated spot. That may be legs crossed, legs stacked. Maybe it's legs out today. Finding what feels most comfortable for you in this moment. As you start to come into the space, let the body begin to still. Notice where the energy is running. See if you can let the body rest. Maybe closing the eyes here, or taking a soft gaze down at the earth. Feel that stillness. Notice if you're holding tension. And if you are, gently let it melt away. Maybe that's relaxing the leg muscles, softening the glutes or the shoulders, finding that comfortable seated spot. And as you come into the space and build this awareness, start to notice the breath. If your breathing is rapid and shallow today, take a moment, breathe in deeply, fill the lungs, and then let it all go. Once more, a nice big inhale, draw in the breath, and then sigh it out. Start to invite in that deeper breath, nice and steady, in and out through the nose, a pace that can guide you through the practice. Feel that connection between the breath and the body. Take a moment as you tune in to see the thoughts that are on your mind today. Are you able to be here in the moment, connecting with the breath and the body, or has the mind wandered off? If it has, gently invite it back. Letting go of the events of the day, the conversations of the past, the to-do list of the future. Be here in this moment, feeling the breath move through the body. And gently draw hands together at heart center. Tap thumbs to chest. If you you'd like to set an intention for class today, I invite you to do so. Or maybe you just send positivity out as well as invite it in. We'll take one more breath here, centering in. The eyes are closed, gently open them. We'll create a little space between the hands, stacked one on top of the other. The elbows don't have to go wide. And start to gently draw circles with the wrists. Let the hands spin around one another, loosening the joints. And then reverse direction. Move at your own pace here. Little movement for the wrists. Finding stillness will send the right arm out. You could simply press the heel of the hand away, or if you'd like, you could gently draw the fingers back toward the body with the help of the left hand. And then flip the fingers down. And again, you can use the left hand to help here, not pressing too hard, just inviting in that little wrist stretch. Release that hand, shake out the wrist, send the left hand out. And again, you can do this just pressing or with a little assistance. Just be mindful of how your wrist and your forearm are feeling. And then gently rotate the fingers down. Feel that stretch through the forearm. Mindful of the wrists. Gently release, shake it out. We'll settle the hands on the knees. Lift the crown of the head nice and tall as you squeeze the shoulders up. Gently release, let them slide down your back. Once more, nice big squeeze of the shoulders and release. Keep that length in the spine. We'll drop the left hand to the mat. Draw the right arm up. Lengthen through side body. And then gently take it over. Keep the hips settled in the mat here. Feel the breath helping you create space through the right ribs. Inhale it up. Settle the right arm down. Keep that space between the shoulders and the ears as you draw the left fingers up and over. Gently dropping into this side stretch. You can lift up and out of it as needed. Allow the right hand to be a support for the body. Inhale it back up, settling the left hand, bringing both hands to center. Gently walk them away from the body, only dropping as far as you're comfortable here in a little seated forward fold. Try and keep the spine long. One more breath here. Walk the hands in as you lift it up. We'll bring the hands around, tent the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together as you lift the heart. Maybe the gaze goes to that place where the ceiling and the wall meet. Feel a nice opening through the chest. And on an exhale, come back to center. Bringing the hands back to the knees. We'll start to draw circles with the torso. Taking it out and around. Feel that little massage between the sit bones and the mat. Keep the spine nice and long here. And as you grow a little more comfortable, deepen that swirl, taking the shoulder over and around. shift direction. Starting to draw that circle the opposite way. Nice and steady. Feel that connection. Start to deepen the stretch. Making your circle a little larger. And then slowing it down. We come back to stillness at center. We'll unwind the legs, send them out in front of us. Gently curl the toes toward the body. Legs about hip-width distance apart. Drop the hands down beside the legs. Lengthen the spine and then gently walk the hands forward. Lowering into your first Paschimottanasana of our class, a nice seated forward fold. Keep a nice little bend in the knees here. Inviting in that stretch to the back of the legs. You can keep the hands on the earth, or you could hold on to the ankles or the feet or the shins. We'll gently walk the hands back in as we lift it up. Take the legs nice and wide, whatever that looks like for you. Reset as you lift up and gently walk the hands away. Again, only go as far as your body wants today. Draw the crown of the head up. Keep that length in the spine. A little micro bend at the knees might help relieve a little tension from the legs. And you could let the feet be a little soft here. You could really activate them, drawing the toes toward the body. We'll gently walk the hands in as we lift it up. Right leg reaches out. We tuck the left foot in. Sole of the left foot connecting with the inner right thigh. Sit it up as you turn the torso over the extended leg and gently fold it down. Finding a hold that works for your body as you drop the gaze down to the extended leg. Relax the legs a little bit here. Follow the breath. Use the exhales to help you find a little release. And gently inhale it back up. We'll help the left knee up. Send that leg long as we draw the right foot in. You could go directly into that bent leg, or you could draw it in and then let it fall open. Find that connection between the foot and the leg. Turn the torso. Fold it over. Gently dropping into your janu on the left side. Softening the legs. Feel that stretch up the back of the left leg. Notice its connection all the way into the back. How it draws up to the entire length of the body. Let the shoulders relax. And on an inhale, we'll gently lift it up. Tuck that foot in, and we'll journey all the way up to a nice standing posture. Set the feet about hip-width distance apart. And a good double check is 2 fists between your feet, usually about hip-width distance. Root down into all 4 corners. Draw the energy up through the legs. Gently tuck the pelvis. Shoulders drop away from the ears. crown of the head reaches tall, solid here in our Tadasana. On an inhale, let the arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale as we scoop the arms up. Exhale to heart center. Nice big inhale as we reach up. Follow that flow all the way down, dropping into our forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. The hands can reach to the earth. You can grab opposite elbows to hang in ragdoll. Check in with the breath. You can keep a little bend at the knees. If you're holding elbows, release the hands down. Drop the hips, belly to thighs, root down as you gently roll it up. Coming back to that strong Tadasana. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Drop it down. Head hangs heavy. Take a breath. Lower the hips. Root down and roll it up. Strong Tadasana. We'll inhale the arms up, meet with the fingers interlaced at the top. Lengthen, and then gently arch back, ever so slightly. If your back's really feeling up to it, you can take a generous standing back bend, and if having the arms up isn't speaking to you, you could drop them down to hips or low back. Taking one more breath here. Gently rise back. Release the hands and let them float down. Returning to forward fold. Taking a breath. Lower the hips, belly to thighs. Gently roll it up. Rising to our mountain pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale up to half lift, hands to shins or thighs. Nice long spine as you gaze at the earth. Pull the navel in toward the spine. Cores engage. Shoulders draw away from the ears. On your next exhale, release it down, back to that forward fold. Take a breath. Lower the hips. Rise up. Take a breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. Roll it up. Take a breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. Lower the hips and roll it up. Take a breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to half lift, strong back. exhale, release. Lower the hips. We'll keep the hips lowered. Start to just lift the heart here as you come to chair pose. Arms can reach forward as if you're holding a big beach ball, or you could bring hands to heart center. Feel the strength of your legs as you gently draw the tailbone down. One more breath here. Root into the heels as you rise up. Release the hands. We'll leave the left foot forward. Take the right foot back about 2 to 3 feet. Set the feet up on skis. Allow the body to be balanced in the center. Both feet firmly rooted down. Legs mostly straight. We'll bring hands to heart or hands to hips. Square the hips up. Lead with the heart as you hinge it forward. Coming into your pyramid. Keep a nice flat back. That may mean you only go 10 degrees or 45 or maybe a 90, maybe somewhere in between. You should feel a nice stretch through the back of the left leg. Take a generous bend in that knee as you press it up. We'll step the right foot back farther. Start to bend the left knee. Keep that knee in alignment with the toes as you set the back foot at about 45. Pressing down into that foot. Square the hips. Inhale the arms up. Our nice warrior one. Lift the heart as the fingers reach toward the sky. Keep the body balanced between both legs. Gently lower the arms. Interlace them behind you. Draw the knuckles down. Feel that nice open heart. With the core engaged, start to gently lower left shoulder toward left knee. The ribs can rest on the left thigh or float inside of it as you come into humble warrior. Press into the left foot as you gently lift it up. Release the hands. Straighten the left leg. Square the hips up. And you can take hands to hips, or you could let the hands kind of guide with you here as you hinge it forward. Deepening that stretch through the back of the left leg. Maybe you drop down and rest hands on the earth or on blocks, and if it's just too much on that leg, take that bend and come back to maybe more of a warrior one stance. So we'll take one more breath here. Find that generous bend in the left knee. Press into the left foot as you gently lift it up. Take a breath. Straighten the left leg. Start to heel toe the back foot in and just safely come out of that. Shake it out and reverse sides. So left foot stays forward, right foot goes back about 2 to 3 feet. Set the feet. Draw the crown of the head up. Hands to hips. Lead with the heart, taking it forward. Notice if the hips kind of start to tweak out here, and if they do, gently square them back up as best you can to the short edge of the mat. Allow the gaze to travel with you. Depending on the angle of the back, the eyes may be down at the mat or a few feet in front of it. Check in with the right leg. Take a generous bend in that knee as you press it up. Lengthen the stance. Right foot stays forward, left foot drops back at that 45. Generous bend in the right knee. Stacking it over the ankle or a little bit behind it. Feel that lovely stretch through the front of the left hip. Let the body be centered as you draw the arms up. Settle the shoulders away from the ears. Check in with the breath. Keep the legs firmly planted as you lower the arms. Interlace the fingers. Open the chest. Nice and controlled. Right shoulder journeys toward right knee. Take your time. Allow the right leg to support you here. The left leg to help you find balance. The spine remains nice and long. Into the right foot as you gently lift it up. Release the hands. Straighten the right leg. Keep the hips square. And remember, you have options with hands here as you start to take it forward. Maybe dropping down with the hands. Maybe resting them somewhere on the leg. Just be really mindful of the knee here. Knowing that this side may need something that the other side didn't. That could be a bend, that could be a shortened stance. We won't be here long. Just one more breath. Start to find that generous bend. Lift the heart. Nice warrior one stance. Straighten the right leg. Start to heel toe the back end. And then just walk it out. A nice little safe dismount for us. We'll meet at the front of the mat and do a little sun A. Sounds like one of the neighbors is doing a construction project. I wonder what they're building. Find your Tadasana. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale as you release. Plant the hands, step one foot back and then the other. Strong plank. You can lower to the knees here. Keep the elbows tight to the body as you come onto the belly. Inhaling up to your cobra. Exhale as you release down. Curl the toes. Press the hips up and back. Our first down dog of the class. Spread the fingers here. Gripping the mat. As you work to find a flat back, that may mean a generous bend in both knees. Heels reaching toward the earth, though they don't have to touch it. On an inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale as you walk the feet forward, coming to forward fold. Inhale up to half lift. Exhale as you release. Nice big inhale draws you all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving right into it again. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step it back. Strong plank. Core is engaged as you lower down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale as you release. Curl the toes. Press the hips up and back. Coming into down dog. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. Feel the strength of the arms, the length of the back, checking in with the legs. Whole body is engaged. On an inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale the feet forward. Nice forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale as you release. Big inhale brings us all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. As we move through it this time, we'll invite in some variations. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, slide just the right toes back. Runner's lunge. Taking a breath. Lower the knee. Nice low lunge. Take a breath here, feeling that stretch through the front of the right hip. Start to engage the core as you bring hands to left thigh and lift it up. Nice and easy, we'll lower it back down. Planting the hands, activating the right leg. Lift that knee. Plant the hands, step the left foot back. Strong plank. Lower it down. Use the triceps. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale as you release. Curl the toes, press the hips up and back. Nice down dog. On an inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale as you bring the feet forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale as you release. Nice big inhale brings us all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Incorporating that same variation, we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale as we forward fold, building some heat in the body. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, just the left toes go back. Runner's lunge. Take a breath. Lower the left knee. Find your low lunge. Connecting the focus with the front of the left hip. Start to engage the core as you lift the chest. Hands to right thigh. Rising up. Nice and steady. We'll gently release it back down. Hands to the mat. Lift the left knee. Give yourself a foundation as you step the right toes back, coming to your high plank and lowering down. All the way through Chaturanga to the belly. Uncurl the toes as you lift to your cobra. Exhale as you release. Curl the toes. Press the hips up and back. Nice down dog. Take a few rounds of breath here. Inhale as you look toward the hands. Exhale the feet forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale, the arms rise. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step one foot back and then the other. Strong plank. Lower it down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale as you release. Curl the toes, press the hips up and back. Strong down dog. Grip the mat with the hands. Start to root into the left foot as you draw the right toes up. A nice three-legged dog. Bend the right knee as you draw it forward. Plant the foot between the hands. Runner's lunge. Take a breath. Start to lift it up. Hands to thigh. Keep yourself nice and centered here. Both legs are engaged, challenging our strength and our balance. When you're ready, gently release the hands back down, planting them on the mat. As you step the right toes back, we're going to just simply shift the hips up and back, returning to our down dog. Our arms have had quite the workout already. A little gift, skipping that plank in chaturanga again. Root into the hands and the right toes as we draw the left toes up. Bend that knee. Nice and controlled. Bring it forward. Planting it on the mat. Runner's lunge. Feeling strong and stable as we lift it up. Gazing forward. Press out through the right heel. Keep that leg active. Nice and easy. Release the hands back to the mat. Step the left toes back. Shift the hips as you return to down dog. Taking a breath. Draw the right toes up. Start to bend that knee as we head to pigeon. We'll gently plant the right knee behind the right wrist as we lower the hips down, uncurling the left toes as we go. Gently lower the hips. Keep the left leg nice and long. The heel of the right foot can be tucked in as close as you need it. And maybe you stay right here, nice and lifted, body is square. Or if the hip is feeling up for it, maybe you start to lower it down. Melting the heart down toward the mat. Maybe resting the forearms or lowering the head all the way to the mat. When you find the place that feels right for your body today, draw the attention to the right hip. Noticing any tension there. Using the mind and the breath to help the body create space. To loosen up. Settling into the pose. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds. Keep the breath nice and steady. Body is relaxing into the pose. If you're folded down, we'll start to gently lift it up. Squaring the hands on the mat. Curl the left toes. start to lift that knee. And then take the weight off of the right leg as you shift the hips up and back, returning to your down dog. Gripping the mat with the fingers, reaching the hips high, noticing the difference between the two sides of the body right now. Root into the right toes as you draw the left foot up. Bend the knee as you bring it forward. Shifting the hips as you set the left knee behind the left wrist. Uncurling the right toes. Settling into your pigeon. Start to relax the glutes. And see if you can keep this leg pretty much going straight out of the hip. Check in with the body. Notice how you're feeling on this side. And maybe you stay lifted here. The hands helping support. Or maybe you gently fold forward. Lowering the heart toward the mat. The gaze goes down. The head follows. Relax the hips as you settle a little deeper into the pose. As we hold our pigeon, this moment of stillness and intense stretch, the mind may see an opportunity to wander away from the practice, to start bringing back in all of those exterior forces and thoughts. If that happens, gently release those thoughts, using the exhale to help you settle the muscles and the mind. We've got about 30 more seconds on this side. Softening. Letting the hips settle. And then when you're ready, if folded down, start to lift it back up. Planting the hands on the mat. Lifting the body as you curl the right toes, activate the leg and step the left toes back, shifting the hips up. Our last down dog of the class. We'll take 2 breaths here. And gently lower the knees. Uncurl the toes as you sit the hips back. Child's pose. Resting the body. Taking a breath. Keep the arms stretched out in front of you, walking them a little closer together. We'll settle the elbows into the mat as we draw the hands together in prayer overhead. And then let the thumbs drop toward the nape of the neck, inviting in a little tricep stretch. You may need to walk the elbows a little farther away from the shoulders. Take a breath. Gently release the hands, settling them back on the mat, and then walking them toward the knees as you gently lift up. Rotate onto a hip and swing the legs forward. Both legs stretched out in front of us. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll walk the hands away. Inviting back in that Paschimottanasana from the start of our practice. Noticing the difference that we've created in our body. Shine the heart toward the feet. Keeping the back nice and strong. That micro bend in the knees is always accessible here if you like it. On an inhale, lift it up. And journey all the way down onto your back. Settling the back. Let the legs stretch out long for a moment. Feeling that release through the body. We'll leave the left leg nice and long as we draw the right knee in. The first half of our half wind relieving pose. You don't have to tug the knee in super tight. Find what feels right for your body, your hips, your arms, keeping the head resting on the mat. Give that knee a little squeeze as we release the leg up to 90. Guide the right knee with the left hand across the body. Gently stacking right hip over left. Inviting in that twist, open heart toward the sky. If this is too much on your hips or your legs, you can always tuck the left leg up underneath the right. You still get a lovely twist through the body and a little extra support. If you like, you can stretch the right arm out, helping to guide the right shoulder a little closer to the earth, though it may not touch. Following the breath as you settle into the pose. We'll gently draw the right hand back in. On an inhale, rotate back to center. Squaring the hips to the sky, plant the right foot down. Then let the knee fall open. Sole of the right foot connects with the extended leg. It doesn't have to though, there could be a little space. Taking a moment here in our supine tree. One more breath. Take the right hand to the outer right thigh and gently help the right leg up. Slide that heel away, lengthening both legs. Inhale the arms up overhead, nice full body stretch. And then on an exhale, draw the left knee in as you come into the other half of our half wind relieving pose. Connecting with our digestion, our belly, feeling the breath fill us, and then help us create space. A gentle rise and fall. Give the knee a little squeeze and then send it up to 90. Guide it across the body, rotating into your twist. Taking your time, let the left foot rest on the earth. It can be close to the body or far away. Rotating through the ribs. Imagining a nice supple spine.
toward the sky as best you can. Settling into the pose, relaxing the body. Allow gravity to gently pull down on the left knee. And then maybe send that right hand out. Feel the breath in the body. Start to gently fold the left hand in. Unwind as you rotate back to center. Settling the back body as you let the left knee fall open, our balanced supine tree. The hips settling as you create this space, feeling it into the left inner thigh. Maybe bring hands to belly, connecting with the breath. Or maybe you let the left hand rest on the inner left thigh, gently deepening that stretch. We'll help the left knee up. Slide the right heel in. Draw both knees into the chest, taking a nice full body hug. You can rest here in stillness, or you could rock a little side to side. That might feel nice on the low back today, but it's totally optional. If you're rocking, start to slow it down. Give the knees a little squeeze and then send the heels up. A momentary inversion. Nice and controlled. We'll lower the legs, letting them extend long on the mat, space between the feet. As we bring our arms down alongside body. Into Shavasana, final posture of our practice today. Let the body release into the mat, nice and supported. Loosening the toes as the feet fall away from one another. The ankles are loose. The legs are heavy. Relax the glutes as you settle the hips. Stillness in the low body. The hands are soft as the arms rest. The shoulders can melt down into the mat. As the chest sinks a little deeper and the belly begins to rise and fall to your natural rhythm. Reconnecting with that breath pattern that is unique to you. Let go of any tension in the neck jaw. Maybe creating a little space between the teeth as you relax the face, unfurrowing the brow, softening the gaze or closing the eyes, letting the attention turn in. Sitting with yourself for a few moments, offering compassion for whatever bubbles up. No judgments. Start to settle the mind as well. Letting the thoughts go one by one. Finding a peaceful moment for yourself here on the mat. Soaking in the practice. We'll take the next few moments in silence for ourselves. I'll hold the space and let you know when it's time to come up. You can remain here in Shavasana for as long as you like. But if you're ready, start to invite back in gentle movements, wiggling the toes and the fingers as you send energy back out into the limbs, growing those movements a little larger. And then maybe drawing both knees back into the chest. You could rest right there. Or you could rotate on to a favorite side. Stacking the hips and letting the head rest. And wherever you're at, take this opportunity to thank the body for all that it has done for you today and all that it does for you every day. We'll offer the body support as we gently lift up, letting the light back in, finding that comfortable seated spot. We'll draw hands together at heart center, sealing in our practice, reconnecting with that intention that we set for class. Holding
holding it in our hearts so that we can take it with us off the mat and into the world. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for our practice today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back on the mat again next Monday evening at 5:30. Bye.